Hey, podcast fans, friends, family,
countrymen.
lend me your time tonight at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
So depending on when you're listening to this, it is on Thursday, the 19th of December that we're hosting. In the year of our Lord,
2019.
We are hosting our annual RIOT Ugly Christmas Sweater Party. So hopefully you can watch that. If not, whenever you're listening to this, it'll still be archived if you go to our Facebook pages, go to RadioU or RadioU Riot, and we should get that archived also on our RadioU Riot YouTube channel. So still take a trip over and watch our Christmas show.
Things you'll hear in today's podcast are some self-care tips, Christmas wrapping, Commit to be Fat 2020, Alexa changed the subject, smart toilets, puppies making people sick, Nintendo PlayStations, gaming socks, not belonging, PETA and dairy alternatives.
That's an interesting one.
It is, actually. So you guys enjoy today's podcast. Nikki and I will be
getting ready for this evening.
Getting ready.
Getting our ugly Christmas sweaters in. We should wear them tomorrow also during the show. I mean, I buy this sweater for just one time, and sometimes I bring it back out in Christmas in July.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Well, the other thing we could do is just tell everybody we're wearing them.
Well, I want to... They know when you're lying, okay?
They don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
I think they do.
I don't think they do.
So we'll see what happens. But
how many people out there think Nikki has a smoking problem? Okay, see?
You make it seem like it, and you have in the past, but I don't.
I know.
Yeah, because they believe you.
Which means...
Well, you're very convincing.
That if we tell people we're wearing our Christmas sweaters... Yeah, you know what, guys? Newsflash.
I actually
Nikki
lie
saying
better
she
than
doesn't
Obi.
lie as well shows you what a great liar she is.
That's the biggest lie of them all.
The biggest lie of them all.
Well, everybody have a wonderful day. We're almost to Christmas. Thank you for listening. I know it's probably a hectic time. Hopefully our podcasts help with some of the craziness of the season.
Bye.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then, they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on RadioU.
No doubt someone would say to me, Obadiah, you're just too sensitive or you're imagining it. This didn't happen. But I want you to know that it did. When I go into places, I can tell when I don't belong there.
It's just a feeling that he gets, and I have seen it, and it happens.
I had it again yesterday.
Aw, I thought we were over it.
Well, it's interesting. Okay, let me give you some examples of places this has happened, and I'll tell you about yesterday. I went to a vegan bakery quietly, calmly, like
buy items.
No ostentatious display. I had pre-ordered a cake. I was there to buy Nikki a cake, and obviously, I don't know what it was, but...
You pulled up in a pickup truck. It might have been that.
You know what? It's all I had.
I know. It was fine.
It was all I had to drive. I didn't have anything else, Nikki.
But they were not warm and cheery to you.
No. Basically, everywhere we went while visiting Seattle, I just...
Not warm and cheery to you.
Not well received. I don't know why. I just wasn't. And then yesterday, I don't want to say I wasn't well received. Like, nobody was mean to me. But I visited a music supply store.
Yeah.
Where you go, and it's a central location where they sell guitar-like items. And I went in there, and it was just like, as soon as I walked in, there's a guy standing there like, hey, man, what do you need? And I was like...
This isn't a drug buy or something. It's like you're in the store.
Just a little something to help me through, you know?
So did he not like you, or was he just mad someone came in and he had to work?
I don't know.
Sometimes I think that's what it is. They're taking it out on you.
The store was big, and so I told him what I wanted. And you know how you're trying to act like you know what you're doing? You're like, I use microphones every day, all the time. So I'm just here. I mean, if you're familiar with the SM7B, we're like BFFs, bro.
So he was doing that to you?
No, I was trying to.
Oh, you were doing it to him?
That's what I wanted to do.
Sure.
But I didn't. And so they sent me to the back where, again, it wasn't a matter of anybody was mean, but there was this vibe of just like, look at the square who came in from the suburbs looking for a microphone.
There was no respect.
Who does he think he is?
Oh, I'm sorry you went through that.
Well, it's just I'm used to it by now, but it was just another one of those moments where I was standing there going, yep, this is another one for the list. It's another one for the list.
List is long.
Somebody walks in and you can just hear somebody singing the One of These Things Does Not Belong song. And they're like, oh, it's you. You don't belong.
You're just picking up one thing.
You know, I know. And I walked in there. I've got my Solid State Records hoodie on, pair of jeans. Maybe it was the glasses. Oh, Four Eyes here thinks you can pick up something.
You were dressed the part, you mean?
Yeah, I should have fit right in. And it's like, nope.
Listen, it's just they have the bad attitude and they didn't want anybody coming in. You just happen to be the next person.
But it's not my imagination, right?
No, it does happen.
Okay, all right.
It does happen. You should see the look sometimes. It's just on the face.
They just...
Listen, not everybody needs to like each other.
That's right.
And not everybody will like each other.
I've been clinging to this statistic that says 10% of people won't like you no matter what. I'm hanging on to that.
You just, you might, well, I mean, most people are average, so maybe
mine's a little higher than that.
Yours a little higher, and some people, they're a little lower, and we all meet in the middle.
Okay, all right.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
You know, Nikki, gaming's an extreme sport.
It does classify as, it's an e-sport, so it's fine. It's a sport.
It's intense. And, you know, you've probably thought about what it's doing to your hands, but have you thought about your feet? Have you thought about what you need to be doing for footwear while you're gaming?
For comfort and stuff?
For support you need.
Support. So is this where Puma comes in?
Nikki, Puma wants to help you. Sports and fashion have gone hand in hand for decades.
They have. It's what built those companies.
So Nike has launched esports jerseys. Oh, I didn't know that. I think we may have talked about it.
Guys, it's a sock.
Shh, we're not there. You know, Adidas has signed Ninja.
Uh-huh.
And now Puma presents the first active gaming footwear. And they're called they call it gaming socks.
Yeah, it is. And it has a little bit of a sole to it.
It's got some grippy.
Yeah, at the
on
bottom.
The bottom. Yeah, it's nice. And for only $100, this active gaming footwear can help you frag the noobs.
If you would like. If you want your own pair of gaming socks.
What do you do when you're on the bus waiting to drop?
I'm trying to look through the article to see, like, well, what makes it good? Like, is it cooling or what? They say it's been designed for indoor and in-arena to deliver seamless comfort. So comfort seems to be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Support and grip so you can adapt to different active gaming modes and game at your best.
This, I will say, for what it's worth, is when I looked at these, I obviously rolled my eyes. But after that, one of the things, I don't have a VR headset anymore, but when I did, it is an awkward thing because I always felt like my socks on the carpet was not a great way to stand there playing VR.
This has more grip.
And this would be the comfort of being at home, but also a little bit of grip for the carpet.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like when you do yoga or Pilates at home, you usually wear your yoga shoes. Doesn't everybody have that?
Sure. And so now I'm like, hey, I'm going to go downstairs and play video games. Better put on my active gaming socks.
They're interesting. People are saying they're a little expensive at $105.
Yo, yeah.
Little expensive.
Yeah. So Randall says, are they like hospital socks? Or what are those socks that have the little bit of rubber on the bottom? Yeah, what are those called? There's
grippy.
a brand.
I always call them grippy socks.
Okay. Well, they are a little more like that. Think about the material you would find on a running shoe, like that on the top of a running shoe, and then on the bottom it's a very, very, very thin sole that's actually on the bottom. So, I don't know.
Then you see the Puma.
Yeah. I'm not getting them, and if you get them, guys, I'm going to make fun of you for it, but part of me will be like, man, I'd kind of like to have those.
I know. What if they are super comfortable?
Like that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll have one.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's The Riot on Radio U.
You know, I'm not a pet owner. You guys know that, right?
He doesn't even play one on the radio.
No,
so he just can't do it.
I'm allergic to everything.
Now, there's still dog breeds that you could have.
And I can have a fish.
Well, yeah, that's
as
about
long as
it.
I don't touch it.
But you can have one that's not allergenic for
Maybe.
you.
We don't know.
Rollo, he's that way.
Yeah, but Nikki, Rollo's a nightmare. Have you ever listened to yourself talk about your dog?
He's not a nightmare. He's just...
He breaks everything. He has to be held down.
No, I was just saying Rolo had to get groomed the other day, and it's very difficult to groom a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier.
Apparently.
It's very difficult.
Apparently.
Which is why he always has problems. I went and I felt like I was being reprimanded because he was so difficult. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. He just doesn't like it.
I'm not his mom. I
know.
mean, really.
I mean, he's great. He just doesn't like being groomed. So
it's a problem.
It's hard. It's hard being a pet owner.
It is. Which is why maybe you can identify with Eric, Nikki. Oh, you know an Eric.
I do, yes. What's this Eric say?
Eric's 48 years old. He lives in Manhattan, like New York City. And he's been charged with criminal mischief. And here's why. Apparently at Tammy's Eyebrow Spa on Madison Avenue in New York, they put up a little sign and a little bit of fence. And he got pretty mad about that sign and that fence because that spot right there is where Scooby, his dog, has been going to the bathroom right there for years.
Oh, and it's hard walking your dog in a downtown location.
Okay? That's his spot. And you guys have come along and you have tried to claim Scooby's spot and you've tried to keep him out of it.
Maybe that's why they put the fence up.
So he just went in and ripped that down so Scooby could go back to using the bathroom where he wanted to.
On the sidewalk or wherever their grass was next to their building?
Yeah, whatever. So, pet owner, defend this pet owner.
There is no defending. I would like to say sometimes as people we're having a bad day, and that was just the last thing for him, and he did not respond in the right way. And it's not Scooby's fault. It's the owner.
Well, oh my gosh. Have you looked at the article? Because you need to see this man in court. Like, you need to see him in court.
Okay, well, you have to send it to me. I'll take a look.
Because there are these court photos of him standing there. Why
does he? Oh boy! He printed out a giant picture of his dog wearing like a reindeer coat. That doesn't. Is he like representing himself? Maybe.
No, I think he's got a lawyer there.
Oh, he has an attorney.
I think he's got a lawyer there.
I don't know if he comes off as just all together.
Yeah. Well, I think his idea was that if I show the judge this photo, he won't be able to judge me.
So it looks like in front of the salon, we'll call it, it's a little tiny decorative sort of fencing that goes around a tree.
This tree, that's Scooby's tree.
Yeah, so maybe they weren't supposed to put a little fence around that. It doesn't look like that'd be their area.
I don't know, but I know this. He's in trouble.
He's in court?
Yeah. Because listen, even if it's Scooby's spot, he doesn't technically own it.
And you're not allowed to go all angry like that.
But man, Nikki, who can own the trees?
Apparently they weren't trying to own it. They're just trying to put a little cute fence around it.
Just to dress the place up a little bit.
So when the salon moved in, that's when they put the small little picket fence up, and they said you're not allowed to do that. So maybe they're both wrong.
Man, all are punished. But you know, what about Scooby? He just wants to go to the bathroom. What if you had to go to the bathroom and they were like, yeah, we built a concrete wall right in front of the bathroom?
That was his argument. So that was the closest spot for him. Because, again, when you're in a downtown environment, good luck for your dog. And that was the closest one before he would not be able to hold it anymore. So never thought we'd talk about that on the air, but that's fine.
It's tough all over.
It is. It's a tough time.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
You know, while we're dealing with pet issues, I think Nikki stumbled on something else that's worth talking about. And that is apparently PETA is asking Starbucks to stop charging extra for non-dairy options.
Milk. Yep. So they are drawing attention to that, saying that, for...
What, it's discriminatory?
Well, no, they're saying that, for those who are trying to choose different alternatives, that they're sick and tired of paying extra for non-dairy milk alternatives at Starbucks.
Well, you know what? Here's an option. You just don't go to Starbucks.
Don't tell them what to do. They've got this planned
out. But no. So, it's okay for them to tell Starbucks what to do, but don't tell them
what to do. They're not into that.
Listen, obviously, we have to come to your store, and we have to purchase non-dairy options, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, actually, what they've done is they're now a shareholder in the Starbucks Corporation.
Now, that's totally different.
So they purchased the minimum number of shares in the company required to submit resolutions, and they can speak at Starbucks annual meetings. So that's what they're doing in order to make themselves be heard.
I'm not kidding. That to me is like, okay, all right, go for it.
This is not the first time that's the tactic on how they would get into a company to try to change that, which I find this more refreshing than the storm the store sort of approach that some people do.
I agree with you. And to me, again, I would say like, oh, this is whining and belly aching. You don't get to say that. But if you're telling me that you are a stockholder and that you have paid the money to stand on the floor, then absolutely. Like, go make your case because that's your company.
Sure.
You
that's
own,
why
you own
they
it.
have
So
that.
like good. You know what? I'm not a PETA guy, but
it's not so bad now what they're doing.
No, I mean, if you're just going to pick it and be like, I want this, it's like, man, come on.
This way they can make themselves be heard in a more business-like fashion.
There's something to that. Now, do I care? I don't know. Like, you know what?
Well, now that you don't have dairy, but you don't go out and do a lot of dairy alternatives, do you? Or just maybe at home?
Oh, I don't do dairy alternatives.
At all?
At all.
No oat milk? No almond milk? No coconut milk?
Nope.
Soy milk?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Just water? What do you do?
Water, black coffee, soda. What else do you need?
Well, that's true. You only have black coffee. So.
Your fancy little stuff. You know what?
You don't need any of that.
Who's going to stand up for the almonds? Me. All right? The answer to this is black coffee. That's how you fix it.
That's how you make a statement?
Yep.
Then suddenly no one's going to want coffee anymore.
Boom. And you know what? Now the coffee global crisis, the shortage, done. I just fixed it. Like, it's now illegal for you to add milk products or milk alternatives to coffee. Boom.
So again, PETA is saying that the surcharge for non-dairy milks and specialty beverages punishes the lactose intolerant and the ecologically minded individuals and those who object to the problems with dairy cows.
Hey, whatever you guys want to do, like, it's fine. But I am lactose intolerant, and you guys should get more angry and hurt like I am. I don't need your milk anyway.
He just doesn't care, doesn't want any of it.
I never liked milk. It sucks. And then,
all right, I'll click out of that then. It has nothing to do with you.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's an option. Like, if you find yourself hurt, sometimes you just lash out instead of trying to deal with the issue.
Maybe they need a spokesman.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, Radio U.
So yesterday we were talking about this toilet that has been designed that is at a 13-degree down angle so that you spend less time on the toilet because you're uncomfortable.
It's on our RadioU Facebook page if you want to see what it actually looks like, but you'd be sitting at such a weird angle. They say that it's leg fatigue within the first 5 minutes, and it hurts to be on the toilet anymore.
So there's that.
And they were supposed to have those in offices
right,
to help cut down on the time people waste in the bathroom.
It makes me want to go to the bathroom and take my phone right now.
Makes you want to take extra time, doesn't it?
I'm just going to go in there, do some calisthenics, like
just
warm up, like, whatever. No big deal.
But this was something was it the UK or just in Europe?
I don't know where they were looking at it.
It wasn't here.
But I got another toilet for you, Nikki. That's the part I don't understand. And I was like, is it like World Toilet Day? That was in November. That's an actual day. Is there like Toilet Congress going on? No, that's the impeachment.
What else is there?
What is there? I don't know. Apparently, it's just like people are running out of things to talk about. Here's another toilet. But here are a group of scientists that are working on a smart toilet. They're a team at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And here's what they've done. This smart toilet is able to take a look at what's in there.
Oh, and tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And they'll be able to,
give you a health snapshot?
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's something
day.
that could either, A, it could become something that you would have in your home, or B, it would just be something that would be at the doctor's office.
Oh, man, it shows your sleep, like if you're not getting enough, exercise, alcohol, coffee intake, and medicine intake.
Yeah, so they could screen all that.
And I don't need the toilet telling me I'm tired.
Yeah. That's true.
That's why you're sitting so long on the toilet. You're just taking a rest.
Employee number 789.
You don't need this special expensive toilet to tell you that.
Well, they said it could help determine illnesses from urine markers.
Oh, the analysis stuff. So you can send it to like the analysis to a physician's office, and then they could, be able to read into what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, we keep designing this technology to give us feedback on how we're doing. Don't we already know?
But no one really wants the feedback.
Who wants it?
Want that?
Hey, your watch buzzes to tell you you've been sitting for too long. Like, what we need, we should all just take a break. Let's just take 5.
They do say that it is good in case you didn't realize if you maybe had some medical conditions. So possibly something with cancer, or being diabetic, or like a kidney disease.
Yeah.
But they also say on the other end, with a smart toilet like this, that could lead open to your health data with hackers. There's something too.
Hackers, and I mean, I know like now they're not supposed to do that, but sometimes like you don't want everyone to have access. It's like we know where you are, what you're peeing, what you're eating. It's like, what the heck? Like, are you for real right now?
I don't know if this might work. Maybe not.
Yeah.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, full disclosure, RadioU has an Alexa skill. I don't have an Alexa, an Echo Dot anymore, really. I brought it in here for Chris to use it because he's working on our Amazon Alexa skill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing.
Say, hey, Alexa, play RadioU. That sort of thing.
You can. It's pretty awesome, actually. So that's a thing. But Amazon has added a little option to the Alexa smart speaker or smart devices that you can use. They say family disputes often happen, et cetera, et cetera. So at any moment, you can actually say, Alexa, change the subject, and Alexa will present you with an item for discussion.
Oh, then everybody gets to switch so they can stop fighting.
That's exactly right.
That's a great idea.
You can just say, Alexa, change the subject, and some of the examples they say is Die Hard a Christmas movie? What would your superpower be, and why?
Just some chatter so that you can stop talking about whatever's causing problems.
Mm-hmm. So, according to Amazon's self-conducted survey, they say, what are people the most likely to fight about over the holidays?
Not that they're listening.
That...
to be able to tell us.
You know what?
Well, I mean, it's just their own. Where do you think it comes from?
I didn't even think about that. Like, look, at Amazon, we know you're fighting over the holidays.
We hear it.
It's almost like we were there.
Okay, we are studying and we hear it.
Wow, Nikki, you win today.
Yay.
So they say things you're most likely to argue about would be money, what to watch on TV, and the bad behavior of someone or someone who is being a sore loser at a family Christmas game.
Oh, and no politics? They're not putting that in there?
They did not put politics on this list.
That's a lot of what the fighting is about.
Maybe we're so angry we're done fighting about that.
Could be.
Or maybe the poor loser argument has more to do with politics, but we're just not talking that part through.
It. Yeah, they don't want to make it about that.
They're like, you're a really sore loser, just like when...
And put in your own political commentary.
Yeah.
Or maybe, a case of like the person who's the disappointment at that current time in your family. We all have that. Everybody always knows that.
Oh, and if you don't know who it is, it's you because I don't know who it is.
But I mean, you go.
Oh no, it's me.
And it even could be extended family. Like the one who everyone's talking about.
Oh man, they're talking about me.
Yes, it could very well be you.
My uncles are talking about me. They're like, help that boy.
So that I thought would always be the main things people are arguing about.
Oh man. All right. Well. That's just a little heads up. If you have one of those devices and things get ugly, you can ask for a subject change. And then someone's just going to be like, don't tell her to change the subject.
Don't talk to my Alexa like that.
Yeah. Don't wait for the translation. Answer me now.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, you're an American, aren't you?
I am.
Don't you think as an American it's time to do your part?
What do I need to do?
Right now, America is below 50%.
Below 50%.
We're below 50%, Nikki.
What do we need to do?
Are you committed, Nikki?
We're committed.
Are you willing?
I'm committed.
Are you going to do your part?
What is it, though?
According to researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health, they say that right now, there's only about 35% of Americans that are obese. But by the year 2030, that number could be as high as 50%.
2030.
I ask you, America, are you willing to do your part this Christmas to raise the obesity level?
You can do what you want in January, but, now it's the time where you can really pack in the stuff with all the cookies going on.
Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, find someone who does. Eat their Christmas cookies. Get into the larder. Begin sticking your hands as far down your throat as possible, trying to deliver things straight to the stomach. Eat, Papa, eat. The kids don't want to see a skinny Santa. And on the world stage, go ahead. America's number one. We're number one. And I don't want us to lose the race to 50%. Okay?
So
I don't want to see like the UK get to 50% before we do.
It's not used to just be totally the United States. Now other countries are just right behind.
They're getting fat too. So we got to get to work on this, guys. So, all right. I just want
very American.
All of us right now to agree that this holiday season, we're going to commit to be fat.
Hey, I'm having a cookie party on Saturday. Do you know how much we're eating tonight during our ugly Christmas sweater party? Do you know what items we have?
Actually, if you want the truth, that's at a level where I already have doctors that want to talk to us.
It's a lot of stuff. And even if you're like, I'll just take just a nibble, it's going to all add up.
What you're saying is tonight, Nikki, we're going to do our part.
We are. And if you want to watch and be inspired.
I want to be inspired.
To do the same thing, that's what we're going to do.
2 words. I guess it's 3 if you count the. Unhinge the jaw.
Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
You won't be disappointed.
Bless America.
And God bless the Riot.
Yes.
The Riot has now been downloaded. Hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
For a minute, I want you to think about greatness or a great person. When I say great, who do you think of? LeBron James? Perhaps a president or political figure? Again, relax. I didn't say which one.
No one's saying anything.
Nobody said that. Nobody said whatever. Or maybe you think about a leader that you know, somebody that's out in front of a big organization or whatever. We always think about somebody that is big up front and is able to get a lot of things done. Let me tell you something amazing about God. Part of his greatness is revealed in that he is able to get in on little things. You're like, no. Little things are for little people. No, I'm telling you, this is what blows my mind. I kind of don't understand it. And it's this inverse idea of greatness in little things. But I was telling somebody just a little bit ago about how God really helps me with little things. And that's part of the thing that blows my mind is that oftentimes I will hear God, and I mean, I've got a relationship with him. He does talk to me and he'll say like, just do this. And it's very subtle. It's soft. It's not overwhelming. But I have found that if I will take the time and I will listen and I do those things, or he's like, you should do this, or you should do this. Whoa, the differences that it makes in my life. And you're like, Obadiah, that's just your subconscious talking to you. No, it is very much from outside myself. It is very much something else. And I have found that in my relationship with God. And you probably think that, God's probably out managing a nebula somewhere and he doesn't have time for Thursday morning. No, see, that's just it. His greatness is that somehow he has time for each and every one of us and these small things. He says that his spirit will come and live with us and be a friend to us and a helper to us. And you're like, well, doesn't God need me to help him? Again, think about that. God is so humble and he loves you so much that he wants to come and help you. It's crazy. And then as he teaches you how to live, one of the awesome things is he's going to turn you into a helper just like he's a helper. so that you can actually help others. It's a totally different way of doing things. And if you don't have a relationship with them, you are missing out on true greatness in small things. If you're up for it, if you're up for doing something so different that it looks weird from the outside sometimes, just say, God, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to have a relationship with you. I want to know what your greatness and your love is like. It's amazing. It's actually at the heart of Christmas.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, are you ready
Or what?
for Christmas?
I am. I think I'm all ready.
For the big day?
I am. I have a Christmas party tomorrow. I have a cookie thing Saturday. I have something Christmas Eve, something Christmas Day, and then that's it. We're done. We're done with the Christmas holiday.
That's a lot.
No, not too bad.
No, it's actually not. So tonight I have a party with a good friend of mine.
Oh, we do. I forgot tonight. That doesn't count.
You know, it's tonight doesn't count. Thanks,
No, I
Nikki.
mean, it's not.
You know what? I'm feeling better already.
It's not something where I want to put that on a list. It's its own special thing.
Well, tonight you've got the RIOT's ugly Christmas sweater party.
Yep, it's our annual Christmas party we like to do with you guys.
9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So that's a thing. And then let's see. For me, I don't remember what else stuff.
Sure, it'll show up on your calendar when it's time to go.
There's a lot of things. But you know what I do? I've got upstairs. I had all of my Christmas presents shipped here.
Yeah, are you going to take them out soon?
Today.
Today
I'm going to load up my car. The sleigh, as it were.
There's a lot up there.
There really is. Well, you know what? I've just decided, I didn't want my roommates to find them. I didn't want someone to accidentally open one or whatever. Plus, there's porch pirates. I mean, this delivery thing's getting real.
It is. It's stressful, so you might as well send them here.
I mean, there was a FedEx guy that shot somebody the other day because people were trying to steal packages. I just want to stay out of that mess. So I had them delivered here, where there's always somebody here just sitting by the door waiting for a delivery.
To get your deliveries.
That's the whole reason we employ them. They're Obadiah's delivery person.
It's not actually, but there's a better chance someone will be here during the day.
Right. So I've got to load all that stuff up and take it home and wrap it and hope for the best.
Are you going to wrap it here or just...
Well, you know what? I thought about that, but it's harder for me to watch Die Hard here than it is at home.
Oh, well, you gift wrap.
So a lot of times I like to watch Die Hard or Die Hard 2.
You know, a Christmas classic.
Die Hard 2 is not as good as Die Hard 1, which is part of what makes it so good. Because it's not good.
Okay, so you just need to take them all home.
Yeah. So get to do some wrapping and stuff. And sorry to say, I still have a couple of outstanding items that have not yet arrived. So...
Well, you'll have some wrap up and finish, and you'll be done.
Mm-hmm. So, but your wrapping's done?
Yeah, I did my wrapping. I finished really the week after Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right. Well, good for you.
I know. Sorry. Whenever I tell people that, they're like, well, great. Aren't you glad you're done?
Well, listen, if you're feeling stressed out because of all the holiday stuff, 2 things. One, you join us tonight. They say laughter is good for the soul.
Yeah, if you have some stuff left to wrap your presents while you're watching our Christmas show.
That's a great idea.
You can hang out with us. We're wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. Every year we like to show off what we've come up with. So make sure you wear one tonight if you're going to watch.
I got to add something to my list real quick. Bring Nikki's present.
Don't forget. Yours is in my car. I didn't want to miss it, too.
It could totally happen.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So Nikki and I have 7 self-care tips for 2020, though you could certainly use them during the holidays. These are from Christopher Ryan Jones, a doctorate of psychology, in an interview he did with Pop Sugar. Here's a couple up for you. Number 1, read at least a few minutes each day.
Are they saying a book or a book? Does social media count?
I don't think social media counts. I will tell you, if you need your brain to shut up, a book is a great way to do it. Mm-hmm. At least it is for me, because especially if there aren't any pictures, it forces you to pay attention to something. And a lot of times it quiets everything else down, because it's, at least, again, for me, a book can be very engaging, especially a good novel. Number 2, start your morning early. Wow!
That could be for you guys, but we cannot go any earlier than what we're doing. So that's a big no on us.
Well, I don't think so, Nikki. I think we already do it.
No, I get up too early.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, we are already. Actually,
we're already doing that.
Okay, as long as they know we do everything.
They're not saying we have to do it any earlier than we do. We already do.
We get up early, we go work out, and then we come to work.
Great.
Done.
All right. Oh, here's something we don't do. You ready? Make sleep a priority.
Oh, it's so sad. It is so sad.
I actually do make it a priority. It's just that other people don't make my sleep a priority.
It's just not working out. It's just not working out the right way.
Yeah.
What to do. They're still pushing those weighted blankets on us, maybe, or you got to tie us down so we don't move around during the night.
It's true. Number 4, and this is such a good one, learn to say no.
I think that one's better for this time, like during the holidays, than come January.
Just being able to look at people and say, no, I can't do that. And I remember the first time somebody told me, you need to start telling people no. And it was like, you can't do that. That's mean. That's rude. And it's like, well, what's more rude? You being honest about your limitations or you just being bossed around by hundreds of different people in your life all the time?
And you can say no in a nice way.
Yeah, you don't have to be a jerk about it. Number 5, in this 7 self-care things you can do kind things for others.
I like that. Again,
it is a good
also
one.
During this time of year, a little kindness when someone needs it because it's so stressed and it's so crazy right now, that would go a long way.
Well, and there's something to be said that if you're taking care of yourself, then you're able to take care of others. Number 6, practice mindfulness. I typically chuck mindfulness in favor of prayer and kind of a prayer meditation, but similar ideas there. And number 7, put a pen to paper or journal.
Journaling.
You know what? Sometimes I make myself journal because I don't feel like it. I'm like, I don't want to journal, whatever. And seldom do I ever sit down and do it and not walk away going, that was
Well, they were saying
useful.
in this, even if it's like a few minutes, and it's not necessarily that you're, writing things out, and that's an art we don't do as much anymore, but that's at least 10 minutes to yourself and your thoughts.
Yeah.
So they say it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and one of the nice things about journaling is that it does force you can't write as fast as you can type or talk, and it forces you to slowly process things. You have to slow down to process it, and it's a valuable thing.
Now, they also said if you don't do journaling, adult coloring books work too.
Okay.
Right there.
Nikki likes that.
No, it hurts my wrist. I can't do it as much.
Oh, we don't exactly write these days.
I know. We don't. I think that muscle has, or whatever's there, it just doesn't work like it used to. So,
well, we should just do more coloring, I guess.
Yeah, I got to build that back up.
The Riot, not everyone's fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
Radio U.
Santa!
Yes.
Santa, are you listening? Hello, Santa! I have a special note for you! I finally figured out what I want for Christmas. And I still have 6 days, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
You could still change your mind or come back to this.
Once upon a time, there were 2 companies that loved each other very much, and they decided to make a little company, only to have themselves fight a whole lot. And then the little company, the little item, it got left behind, shoved in a closet, actually.
It did.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Nintendo PlayStation.
Aww.
That's right. Back in the day, before Nintendo made the Nintendo 64 and Sony made the PlayStation, they were dating each other.
I had no idea. I've never heard this before.
And so the idea was that Nintendo's next console was going to be a Nintendo PlayStation.
Was that in the 70s or the 80s or?
Mid-90s?
Oh, 90s, okay.
Something like that. So the idea was that, hey, we're going to partner up together. And as I recall, it was going to be a hybrid thing where maybe I'm getting it wrong, but it was going to have a CD-ROM in it, but then it might also play cartridges. And then what ends up happening is the PlayStation 1 comes out. I mean, really cleans Nintendo's clock. I mean, like, seriously. And it's CD-ROM based. And then Nintendo comes out with the N64 and it's cartridge based. And so...
And cartridges were kind of like the old thing then, or?
Yes.
Now they're all old.
Yeah, everything's old these days. But that prototype exists. And there are some people that found one, and they've actually been taking it around the world, letting people see it, do different things with it. I don't know, but they say they are now ready to sell it.
Oh, now it's time to sell it. That's smart, though. They made money by touring it, and so now you're going to make more money.
So I can tell you that they had an option that came to them in the form of $1.2 million.
From Nintendo or from who?
From somebody.
A casino or
an
what?
anonymous person in Norway. And they were like, we're sorry.
No, take that. Take that much.
They say that they're putting it on auction. So that's Heritage Auctions, who is, I guess, a well-respected auction house, will be auctioning it off. And they
is there
have
a starting place or?
Well, the only thing that they have that gives me some perspective is back from 1980, I don't know what. There's a game called Mega Man. And I mean, they're still making Mega Man games today, but the original Mega Man, somebody had a cartridge in a sealed box, like plastic wrap still on it. And at Heritage Auctions, it sold for $75,000.
So they're saying, oh, well, this must be way more because of what it is.
This is
a Nintendo PlayStation. Interesting.
It is an absolutely unique item. That's part of what makes it worth so much is that
it's a monster.
There are actually, it's crazy. Like it's unique. It's a Nintendo PlayStation. Weird.
All right, well, we'll see who. I wonder if someone will buy it, but just not say who it is. I wonder who has that much money for it.
Well, I don't think anybody's getting it because I was talking to Santa.
You're not getting it. No, I'm sorry. What Santa just told me, that you're not getting it. You don't even need to worry about it.
Well, Santa just told me you're a huge jerk.
No, he said, that's wrong. You're wrong. And we're not supposed to talk to each other that way. But he doesn't want you to think and be disappointed when you're not getting that for Christmas.
That's okay. I'm sure he'll come through with the pony.
I was told no with the pony, and I got over it.
You know what?
You're also not going to get it as my gift to you tonight during the ugly Christmas sweater party. You're not getting it.
Santa just told me the ugly Christmas party is canceled.
Was that it? It's stupid.
He said it was stupid and dumb, and so are you, and it's canceled. That's what he said.
I love when I see you like this, you know? It's because you're hurt.
I am hurting.
I know you want it, but you're not going to get it.
Fine, whatever.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, I've got some good news and some bad news.
How do you want to deliver that?
Well, that's interesting. With a smile.
I meant like worst first or
the good
best first.
The good news is I'm about to save you a ton of money. Not on your car insurance.
But on something else?
Mm-hmm.
What do we got?
The bad news is the puppies have to go.
My puppies? Well, my puppies they're like 6 months old, so they're not like baby puppies.
They still have to go.
But they're still young ones. I'm not getting rid of them. Why would I get rid of them?
Okay. Well, you know what? If you don't care about the health of you or your family or anything,
I probably would put them first, honestly. But what are they saying?
Well, it seems to me
what's the puppy problem?
The Centers for Disease Control say that 30 people in 13 states have been diagnosed with a drug-resistant Campylobacter jejuni infection.
What is that?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's puppy disease.
Aww.
It's most commonly found in puppies and is easily transferred to humans.
Is that the one where it's from like puppy pet stores?
It causes fevers.
Don't say it.
What?
We know what
it causes.
Let's just say traditional
cramping.
Medical. No more traditional medical problems.
Diarrhea.
Stop it. Really?
What?
We can't bring the show up a level?
I am bringing it up a level. Because I'm using medical terms.
That is. Boss, that's right. It is a medical term.
I'll stop there.
Okay. There might be some other parts of the sickness that I'm sure would not be a shock to anybody who's been sick before.
4 people have been hospitalized. No deaths have been reported. 21 of these people can confirm they came into contact with a puppy before being infected. 12 of them got their puppies at Petland.
They were also saying some of the puppies are some of the people sick are workers at Petland too.
Okay. Didn't Rolo come from Petland?
He did, but not Cinnamon and Sugar.
The puppy mill?
No, they did not come from the puppy mill.
Just churn them out?
No, my puppies did not come from there.
Rolo did.
Rolo did, yeah.
That's why Rolo is acting out a lot lately.
No, he's not. not. He's just a more energized breed of dog, all right?
Acting out.
Hard to handle. Only when you take him to go get his hair cut. He just can't handle it.
He is a problem child.
No, he's not. Well, I guess if you are getting a pet this season, you're not supposed to get pets at Christmas. I didn't even want to say that. You're not supposed to.
Why?
Because it's an emotional gift, and you should not give them as gifts like for holidays, because it's about the right dog for the right person.
Yeah.
You don't want to just surprise someone with a dog that they might not actually connect with, or your family might not be ready for a pet, but at Christmas time you think you are, and you've had all those cookies and you're just on this cookie high. So you're supposed to do it not at a holiday.
You just take him down to that one place and put him between the glass doors?
Oh my gosh, come here. Will you stop it? Will you stop it? Will you stop trying to do that? We are done. We are absolutely done talking today.
I know the wrong thing to say at the right time.
That's it.
Actually, you know what? I'll say that actually is good advice, because, getting a puppy is, actually, people make a lot of bad decisions at the holidays.
Yes, they do.
Getting puppies they're not ready for, credit cards they can't pay for. Like, everybody relax.
Just take it easy, and come January, then you can decide if you're ready for a pet.
Go to the Dollar Tree, get a pack of gum, and in January you get a rescue, okay? There you go.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
This is a song for all you toilets out there.